Alright, next question, what comes up a lot is how much money do you need to get started? And the answer to that really depends on a lot of things. I mean, how much money do you want to start with? Ideally, if you can really do it, 30 grand, lovely. If you've got 30 grand in the bank, brilliant. You've got loads of options open to you, no worries. But obviously, not everyone's got 30 grand knocking around. Maybe you've got 3 grand knocking around, but that's alright and all because there's different options, there's different ways of opening different types of accounts that you can open with maybe 3 grand. And maybe you ain't even got that, but probably about a grand is about the minimum what I'd recommend. But I mean, even if you ain't got any money, you can get started paper trading, practice trading without any real money down. It's all good experience, and then when you've got some money to start trading with, well, you've got a bit of experience behind you, ain't you? So, I mean, it really, really does depend. There's different ways of getting into this game depending on what budget you've got and how much money you've got lying around. The only thing I would say is don't. I mean, everyone says this, and it is true. Don't trade with money what you can't afford to lose. What I mean by that is, I mean, obviously, no one wants to lose money, do they? But if the money that you're trading with, if you lose that money, if that means that you're going to lose your house, or you're gonna lose the shirt off your back, or you won't be able to eat for a month, obviously you don't want to be trading with that kind of money. I'm not saying that you're going to lose, but it's just too big a risk to take. It's not worth it, is it? Life's too short, and not only that, but if you're trading with money like that, then you're trading scared. You're putting too much psychological pressure on yourself to win. So it's got to be money where if you lose it, you ain't going to starve and you ain't going to be out on the street. Right, next question. What else do I need to get started? Well, I mean, we talked about money and we talked about charts. So, yeah, you do need some charts to get started. Like I say, I use eSignal, but there's loads of different charting packages out there, including some free charting packages. I think Quote Tracker is one of them, quite popular. And there's also it's like everything in this game. There's different charts and stuff to suit different budgets, really. So you need some kind of charting setup. Oh, and if you're using something like CFD, then you'll normally get charts and data chucked in for free from your broker as well. So it depends on what kind of account you're opening there. But you'll need some kind of charting anyway. You'll need a computer. Could be a PC, could be a Mac, it could be a laptop, desktop, don't really matter. I mean, as long as it can run, ideally you need to be able to run Windows on it because most of these charting software programs will run on Windows of some variety or another. So probably a PC, but you can run Windows even on Apple Macs these days. So some kind of PC, reasonable spec PC. I mean, it don't need to be the latest and greatest gaming machine, obviously, but probably anything built in the last 3 or 4 years is good enough to run your charts on and trade with. And the other thing you need is a connection to the internet. Well, if you've got a connection to the internet, I mean, if you're watching this video, you've probably got a connection to the internet, ain't you? Unless you're watching it in a cyber cafe or something like that. But ideally, a broadband connection, ADSL or cable connection, something like that. If you've got it available, simply because there's less chance of it going down and cutting you off in the middle of a trade, and because your charts will run a little bit smoother as well if you've got a decent speed connection. But I mean, it don't need to be the biggest, fattest, most fastest connection in the world. Just a standard internet connection that's reasonably stable. Oh, this is a question what comes up a lot, and to be honest, I think it's pretty naive when people ask this question. I can understand why they ask it, but it's a pretty naive question. If you're such a successful trader, why are you selling a course? People say to me, why do I bother selling a course if I'm making enough money trading? Well, obviously I am making enough money trading. I think the videos have probably pretty much proved that. But my answer to this question really is, well, why not? You know, I've got a skill. I can trade. I've learned. I've put in the hours and the practice. I've learned how to trade, and and that's what I do. But trading only takes up a couple of hours of my day, each day, and for some people that might be fulfilling. For me, I quite like helping people. I quite like teaching people. I get a bit of a buzz out of that. Some of you know I used to do personal coaching. I used to have people come to my house, or I used to go to their house and show them one-on-one how to trade, and used to really enjoy that. But problem with that is it does take up a lot of time doing that. And I got into day trading originally because I wanted to have more time off to spend with my family. And as I was getting more and more into into coaching people, I was getting back into it was like getting into a full-time job again, which weren't really what I wanted. So I took all my notes, what I had prepared for my coaching sessions, and I turned them into my course books, and that's what you can get on my Day Trading Freedom site now is those notes. So they're the same notes what I'd already prepared for people, and that way I can share the knowledge and help people trade. So, my answer to that question is, if you've got a skill, if you've got a way of making money and you can show other people how to make money and in the process help those people, and I can make a bit of money for myself as well, why wouldn't I want to do that? Seems silly not to, really. So that's my answer to that question. And that question obviously often leads into another question. If there's some big secret to making money day trading, why are you sharing it instead of just using it to make loads of money? Well, that's a pretty silly question, I have to say, because, there is no secret to day trading. There's no magic formula. There's no silver bullet, holy grail, as people often say. I mean, it really ain't like that. Day trading is just like any other job, you got to learn the ropes and practice and get on with it. So as I say, if you want to get into day trading, it's pretty simple. You've got to learn the basics, find or create a trading strategy, and then practice. I mean, there's loads of places you can learn the basics. You can go on the various websites, you can go on the forums, you can get books out of the library. Obviously, there's my own course. There's loads of different ways of learning how to day trade. And once you learn the basics, find a strategy or create your own trading strategy. Obviously, I recommend that you find one that's already done because it saves you a lot of effort and you'll know that it works because other people are using it. And then it really is just a case of practicing, and then you just got to stick with it. And there seems to be this, I don't know why, but amongst people what have never traded before, there seems to be this impression that day trading is something where you can just read a book and then go and start making money straight away. And I mean, it ain't like that. If it was like that, then everyone would be doing it, wouldn't they? I often use the analogy of learning to fly an aeroplane. Uh, sure, you can go and read a book that tells you how to fly an aeroplane. Does that mean you'll be able to go and fly an aeroplane straight away? Of course not. You've got to go and practice. You go and fly a plane in a simulator, and then you go and fly a little plane, and you go and fly a bigger plane, and that's how it works. And it's pretty much the same with day trading. You read the book, and that means you've got the theory down, but it don't mean that you're going to be able to go and make a ton of money the first time out, does it? Of course not, because you've got to put that into practice and learn as you go along. Make some basic mistakes, the same as with anything. It's the same with sportsmen, with tennis players, with football players. As they practice, they make their rookie mistakes, get them out of the way, and learn from their own experience. And experience really is the best teacher. So theory can only take you so far. You've got to put that into practice, and you've got to stick with it. And sticking with it, honestly, that's where most people go wrong. They just don't. They get the book, they read the book, they get some charts, they try and make a few trades, lose a bit of money, and they say, "Oh, this ain't working," and then they go off and try and find another book, and that's where they make the mistake. That's where most people fail. If they just stick with it and see it through, and learn from their mistakes and get on with it, then they do a lot better. So really, as I say, there ain't no secret to day trading. It is pretty simple. It's a lot easier way of making money than a lot of other jobs what I can think of, and the learning curve ain't that great, but it does take a little bit of effort. And if you think that if you think you're going to be able to do it without any effort at all, then you're mistaken, and you're probably better off just not getting into it. So if you want to know any more about day trading, easiest way, or if you want to get in touch with me if you've got other questions, easiest way is go to my website, address is there, daytradingfreedom.com. On the website you can download a free report, Trading Futures Can Damage Your Wealth. That's my take on why I think trading stocks is the way to go, and trading futures is not a mug's game necessarily, but it's unnecessarily difficult. So as I say, go on the website, pick up the free report if you ain't done so already. I'll email that report to you, then you'll have my email address. And if you've got any other questions what I ain't answered in this video or in the other videos, drop us an email, and obviously I do reply to all my emails. It takes me a bit of time sometimes. I'm not at home every day, but I do reply to every email what I get. And if there's lots more questions that come up, then I'll maybe do another one of these question and answer videos. So I hope this video has been useful to you. I hope it's answered some of your questions. And as I say, if you have got other questions, then go to the website, and from there you can get in touch. Alright then, hope that's been useful as always, and I'm sure there'll be another video along soon.